There's been a sharp increase on kidnapping cases in the country. 2,000 were reported by police between July and September this year alone. And being a victim of such a crime is a traumatizing feat. Just imagine being abducted and held hostage for hours at the hands of merciless criminals. Well, this was a reality for two women who were targeted in Johannesburg this year. The women shared their story with eNCA's Manqoba Mchunu in a bid to help others.
I was scared for my life. I really was scared for my life, but it numbed emotion. I didn't know what I was feeling.
6 months on, the emotional scars are still visible for 26-year-old LESEGO.
Completely the entire time I was thinking, these people are going to kill me. Their actions, they were how he was hitting me with the gun on my head. And
what started as a quiet Sunday in June for Tau soon turned into horror after she went to a local shopping center in Pretoria. As she parked her car, a stranger came in through her back door while a car guard blocked her door.
He said, "Drive now." I just did what he asked. I continued driving, and then I started pleading again, and I said, "Please, I'm begging you, let me get out right here," you know. And he would start hitting me with the gun now. It was so cold. I've never had a feeling like that before.
They drove to a secluded area where a second car approached with two other suspects who requested her bank cards.
Eventually they called the people that left with the cards, and they said, "Okay, Capitec, what's the PIN?" I gave them the PIN. They started withdrawing. Then it reached the limit. They went through all the cards.
But her ordeal wasn't over.
Then the person on the phone said, "Okay, Ajo, fetsangayen. Timang moto." And he hung up the phone and he looked at me, and it's at that point where I realized that I'm going to lose my life. I'm in the middle of nowhere. My parents may or may not find me. They're going to look for me, and I'm just going to be one of these cases. We see this every other day. Sorry. I'm just going to be another case.
After a 5-hour ordeal, Tau finally managed to fight her way free.
They pulled me, they grabbed me, they hit me with the back of the back side of the gun, not the front. When I went out, they were still holding on to my one hand and pulling me back in, and they let go. And I started running. I started running backwards. I ran in the middle of the street, and I expected to feel a shot or to fall, but nothing came, and I ran until cars started coming.
Tau says a part of her died that day, a sentiment echoed by yet another victim who came face to face with the abductors.
I was standing on the road, that's the N12. It's a blue Camry. It's a 2008 model. It's an old Camry. There's a girl in the car, and she was like, we are group. I'm like, no, I'm going to work. She's like, yeah, we're also going here to Epoch. I'm like, Epoch is far, because normally she's just going here to the mine. She's like, no, we can drop you off. She insisted. And I think that gave me some kind of trust, because there was a girl and who was like, no, it's son.
Inside the car were two other men who also appeared to be heading for work. But as the trip continued, her nightmare began.
At that moment, I was talking to my client. So as Ngibheke phone pants, busy typing, then the next thing I heard was like a fist ebusweni bami. So Ngibheke, because I'm thinking, what the hell is happening? Is this guy crazy? Or because these people are normal. Love shoots velo uyokhanyayo. Angibheka angishaye futhi like on top of my lips. That's where I literally cut like my lip. So as I'm looking, like trying to focus on what he's doing, then the car swerved from the road.
Once in a deserted field, her worst fears were confirmed.
As we get there, this one is like, hey, that's when Akipa is bam. So I'm just like, okay, wow. So as this girl grabs my bag, Lapo I've got tasers, I've got a pepper spray, funny enough, but I can't use them anymore because it's tatili pegam. So this one, before that's when he tried to rape me.
Defenseless and in shock, she was dragged out of the car.
I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't feeling shocked. I wasn't like, I felt, there was a time where I felt shocked beyond measure, and then I just had peace after that. Because it was like, you know what, it's fine. If this is how I die, I just hope that my family finds me.
And with an increase in kidnappings in recent days, South Africans are being advised to be vigilant at all times.
Make sure that you are able to hear sounds in the environment so that you can see if there's suspicious activity, if there's a car that's coming fast behind you or doors that are opening so that you can be bundled into a car. One of those other things that you need to do is to ensure that you walk in groups, particularly at this time of the year with the kidnappings having had gone up.
That all may be well, but for these victims, the trauma remains. Manqoba Mchunu, Johannesburg.